Everyone, and welcome to Legally Us, where we break down the biggest celebrity legal cases of the week. And joining me is certified family law specialist and senior attorney, Rachel Bennett. All right, well, Rachel, let's get right into it and start with one of the biggest stories of the week, and that has to be Brooklyn Beckham. He made comments about not wanting to reconcile with his parents, saying that they tried to bribe him into signing over his rights. So let's break down if this could have any real legal consequences. So how can telling your side kind of backfire legally, if it can at all?
Something that, as attorneys, we look at situations like this, and the first thing that we look at is, could this be possible defamation? Were these statements defamatory in any way? And, he currently lives in the US. Obviously, his parents are UK residents, and the standards are a little bit different, laws a little bit different. But generally, when we're talking about libel or slander, you're really starting with, are the statements that are being made untruthful, and are they going to be damaging to somebody's reputation? Clearly, the Beckham family has a robust reputation, certainly something that's worth protecting. And so, we want to look at, is there any kind of potential quantifiable economic damage that's being caused by these statements? And ultimately, can they be proven to be untruthful? And I think really that's going to hinge on if there is any kind of legal action to be taken by Victoria or David Beckham against their son, which we would hope wouldn't happen. But, in the case, it's really going to come down to whether or not Brooklyn can prove that the statements that he's made are truthful. Now, it has been in the news recently, and I don't know if that is entirely accurate, but that both sides have been communicating strictly through attorneys. And so it is possible, but if this was a calculated move, that all of these statements were very carefully worded, and he's only made public what he can actually prove. But it'll be interesting to see how that plays out as the story unfolds.
We'll have to wait and see. Well, let's get to the story that a lot of people are talking about this week, of course, is Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. She expanded her legal team before trial. We confirmed that she hired attorney Sigrid McCauley, who is a longtime advocate for Jeffrey Epstein's victims, including Virginia Giuffre. She will join Lively's other attorneys, Michael Gottlieb and Ezra Hudson, as they prepare for trial. But as this news came out, all of these text messages between Blake, Justin, and a couple of very high-profile people, including Taylor Swift, Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, these are all kind of pouring out, and I know there's thousands and thousands of court documents to go through. How do you feel like it could impact her case going forward?
Her case is fairly complex in that there's multiple claims being made. We obviously have the sexual harassment component of the case, and then we also have this, accusation that Justin Baldoni engaged in a smear campaign intended to really wipe out her reputation. And I know everybody's looking at these text messages. I know I've started looking at them, but there's thousands of pages. When we're looking at the messages between Blake and Taylor, there could be an argument that some of the conversations undermined her claims that there was a hostile work environment, or that there was some kind of imbalance of power based on the way that they were speaking about him. Certainly all up for debate. Personally, between myself and my best friend, if somebody really harms me, I might go off and say a couple of crappy things about them. It doesn't necessarily change what had happened in the past, and we may see that argument come out in the future, especially as this trial begins to unfold here soon.
If you're Blake's side, if you're Justin's side right now, how are you feeling? Who's kind of at the advantage at this point?
It's hard to tell. I think I do think anytime the court unseals records, there's a reason why somebody wanted them sealed in the first place. And obviously, I think Blake Lively has every interest in trying to protect the privacy and the social ramifications for all of her famous friends that were pulled into this. But they're really, we're talking about impact on somebody. If we're alleging sexual harassment or a hostile work environment, the impact to her and her frame of mind and how she was speaking about it is really relevant here. I haven't seen anything so far that, in my opinion, undermines the public shaming claim, but we'll see how it plays out. So I would say it's hard to tell. I'll give you the most lawyerly answer. It depends.